morning. Is AI the new electricity? As one of the world's leading AI pioneers, Andrew Ng asked that question, and it frames our journey today. Let's cast our minds back to the 1880s, when factories made a switch from steam shafts to electricity. Entire industries were transformed. Electricity didn't merely speed up existing processes, it made new ones possible. Radio, night shift lighting. Now, AI stands at a similar inflection point, but for knowledge work. In the next minutes, we will explore how artificial intelligence will rewire the way we engineer, the way we design, the way we produce, the way we deliver ships, and how early adapters will gain a competitive edge that's just as irreversible as the switch from steam to volt. Let's connect to that current. Ng's line is more than just a catchy metaphor. Electricity took decades to blanket the world. Artificial intelligence has the potential to do that in a fraction of that time. Why? Because the raw materials, the data, the compute, the cloud, they are already in place. Winners will be those who plug in early, converting every drawing, every click, every sensor log into a compounding advantage. Today, we will look at what that means for engineering, for shipbuilding, and how that switch is closer than we think. Technical people have problems with technical products. McKinsey, the well-known consultancy company, gives a productivity range for generative AI that is jaw-dropping, up to $2.6 trillion per year to be saved when using generative AI. We want our products to help you get a piece of that pie with design and production savings. Hull models, outfitting models, general arrangements, PNIDs, sensor logs, terabytes per project. Like Detlef also said, data is gold, but it is also scattered, and it is growing faster than we can exploit it. Oh, it's moving by itself. Okay. Every extra click delays delivery. When senior naval architects hunt for files instead of innovating, opportunity cost soars. AI flips that ratio because machines search and humans create. Our strategy compresses work into 3 verbs. I have issues. Okay. Our strategy compresses the work into 3 verbs: automate, generate, lead. Automate repetitive tasks, favor small automation instead of big ones, but where it makes sense. Generate novel designs, not just regurgitate past designs. And lead by example. Be a champion in using AI ourselves. Imagine moving from a monolithic software system, like we have today, to a constellation of AI agents. AI agents that understand APIs, that understand context, that understand objectives, scaling 24/7. Let's simplify what an AI agent actually is. It starts with the interface. You give it a prompt. I suppose everybody knows what a prompt is by now. Whether it is chat, whether it is voice, whether it is a trigger. No coding, just intent. Then it thinks. The model understands your goal and your context. It applies engineering logic, not just text prediction. Next, it plans. It makes a step-by-step execution plan. What to call, when to call, in what order. All transparent and reviewable. Finally, it executes. It hits CAD, PLM, scheduling APIs, updates the model, boom, everything stays in sync. Before we look ahead, it's important to show what's already working. Let me walk you through what's real today. We believe that each micro-agent should own its own single responsibility. For example, a pipe route agent analyzes rules, proposes pathways, and calls the CAD script. Confirm, and it executes. Same pattern for machinery layout or electrical updates. An AI agent that pulls electrical products and refreshes the database for you to use further. What you're seeing here is a preview of what we are working on. The AI agent pulls the information, it converts it in our data model, and it adds it to the electrical database. Hundreds and hundreds of hours saved for creating and maintaining such a database. Library creation. It is very powerful, but it requires a lot of hours to maintain and to create. With our Bracket AI assistant, you can do that work in a quarter of the time that you normally do. Do we have people in the room that have seen or have created a bracket type? Yeah, a pain, right? OK, now let's look how we are changing this and let the video speak for itself. There seems to be some technical issues again. Click. All right. Same story with information management solutions. You have to set them up. You have to use something called a regular expression, which can be quite daunting for the people who don't normally use them, and actually do not have to use them in their daily job. So we are changing this. The AI assistant helps you set up the system. You say what you need in your own natural language, and our AI assistant will generate that regular expression for you. Especially for our friends from process and industry present here today. What if you could build a fully digital twin of your existing plant? Not manually, with hundreds and hundreds of hours, but automatically. What you're seeing here is a raw point cloud with the panoramic images. It is captured with the laser scans. But here's the breakthrough. With AI, we can now automatically detect the tags, and we can connect them to the smart points so that you can use them further in the system. And we are also investigating how to generate the actual 3D model from that. Yeah, we have an issue that the slides are switching automatically. Sorry for that. So that you can align all the changes that you do to a plant during the existence of that plant with a digital model. As we move forward, we want to give the chance to everybody to experience these AI features. That is why we are offering, upon request, a 2-month trial period to try these AI features, after which a fee will apply. The amount of the fee is not yet clear, still under investigation, because we are investigating both the value and the operational costs, and we want to make sure that it's fair, that is transparent, that it is scalable. You will also see AI features live at the workshops. And this is where we go from solid foundation to bold ambition. We believe in dreaming big, but in building with care. The vision is clear. AI agents embedded into every aspect of the full ship design. But we will not get there at once. We will scale through pragmatic, focused steps that are tied to real impact. The future isn't built on buzzwords, it is built on quiet, compounding wins, each one building on what's already possible. What comes next? Smarter agents, deeper integration, more automation. Let me show you what we will be working on. Imagine you're a project leader and you need to check the status of the design. Today, you will need to go to eShare and Wave and go through different user interfaces, which, while powerful, still involve a lot of clicking. With artificial intelligence, this changes to simply asking that question in your own language. And it gets even better. Imagine you do the review in a Teams call. As you talk, Microsoft Copilot captures the task, like, has somebody finished this task? Our Wave AI agent picks up the tasks, locates the right information, and posts that information back to Teams. No file juggling, no switching tabs, just real-world, real-time collaborations between teammates and AI assistants across the tools that you already use. Today, our Cadmatic SDK looks like this. Tomorrow, it will look like this. What you are seeing here is our Cadmatic SDK Agentic in action. Everything begins at COS. It is our backbone. Once a change is made, that is replicated to all the locations. To the left, we still support traditional file exchange. XML, OXX, you name it. Still there, still valuable, but limited to manual execution. In the center, we will have AI agents directly embedded in the CAD applications. They will speak directly to our CAD APIs, and they will transform in a new sort of user interface that is context-aware, that is dynamic, and that is intelligent. Moving to the right, we will also have AI agents integrated into eShare and Wave customization layers. Here, they will act as smart, personalized dashboards, fetching only the required information from any data source, documents, live databases, model. And to the far right, we have web-based AI agents that will operate on the project level. These web-based AI agents will act as cloud services that will give access to planning, coordinating, insight. We have seen how our SDK becomes agentic. Intelligent, API native, and embedded. Now, we bring that same thinking to the shipyard. Okay. We have recognized that we must enrich our engineering model with data from production. Welding zones, kitting, tooling. The work isn't just on AI side. This information can then be used by AI agents to make sure that the data flows automatically to the production pyramid systems. ERP, SCADA, MES, no hands-off, no spreadsheets. The result? 10 engineers empowered by 1,000 agents, driving a production pipeline that is ready for automation, that is ready for robotics, that is ready for additive manufacturing. The shipyard itself becomes agentic, faster, smarter, and fully connected from model to machine. Welding is one of the most sensitive, cost-heavy, and error-prone parts of ship production. Today, welding information is scattered. The class rules are in one system, posture information in another, and information feedback from the actual shop floor rarely makes it back upstream. With AI agents, we connect it all, because the AI agents will determine the welding rules based on the class rules. Then they will combine that information with the posture constraints, with the sequencing, and with real-world feedback from the shop floor that will be existing in the shipyard knowledge base. The result? Structured, traceable instructions that are ready for human review and for robotic execution. We are talking here about more than automation. We are talking about welding intelligence that is embedded in the model, that is dynamic, and that is tailored to your shipyard. With agentic traceability, we reduce the rework, we improve the quality, and very important, we pave the way to robotic welding at scale. Structural design is highly modular, and engineers use patterns. Ships are an assembly of components that follow a well-known ship structural grammar. The structure can be divided into primary, the hull that handles the major loads, secondary, that large components that act as systems, double bottom, and tertiary, individual members, plates, stiffeners. Advanced CAD systems like ours follow that structural logic and preserve the relationship information. So we asked ourselves, how do we make AI understand structure? And the answer came by looking at the problem with a different perspective, a computer science one. We should not just process the 3D data, we have to translate it into meaning. By converting a 3D model into a graph structure, we could give AI something it could reason with. Nodes become individual members, plates, stiffeners, and the edges encode how they relate. This is where deep learning methods like graph neural networks shine, because they don't just see shapes, they see constraints, they understand relationships, they understand context. The result? You get layout proposals that are tailored to your goals. Weight, cost, stability, while giving you the final word. This is a shift from file-based systems to AI-native systems, where design logic lives in the model, not just in our brains. An additional breakthrough of this method would be that for the first time ever, we can truly say that the data is connected from design phases to downstream production. A graph data model can be designed such that it can incorporate several features based on functional features, spatial information, BOM, if we train the AI with more information, then the suggestions that a naval architect might get would already consider more than just the functional constraints. Furthermore, AI can detect patterns. AI is very good also at detecting clusters. So we thought maybe the work breakdown structure, the E-bomb, the M-bomb, the S-bomb, could also be automatically generated by AI and also checked by AI against the shipyard's constraints. Data security is essential. We are using safe services, and sensitive AI agents will run on private cloud containers or on-prem. The more proprietary data you feed into it, the sharper it becomes, but just for you. This time the timing was good. There is a myth we have to break. Automation does not replace people. It elevates them. AI handles the repetitive, the rule-based, the scalable, the boring. Humans still own the exceptions, the judgment calls, the ethical guardrails. When automation works well, skilled humans will be elevated. Because, why? Because they will spend their time on what matters most. Think about it. In design, in production, in decision-making, one missed update, one overlooked constraint, and exponential gains turn into exponential losses. The future isn't human versus machine, it is human plus machine. And in that system, humans are not just necessary, they are decisive. We have shown that AI is no longer just a tool. It is the new electricity. It transforms how we engineer, how we automate, how we build. And we are not just imagining this future, we are also building it. We have built the framework, we have deployed the first AI features, and we have shown the value. Again, at the workshop, you will see live AI features. We have defined this bold vision because we keep our standards high, but we also build pragmatically, focused, with smaller steps, automation where it makes sense. 3 verbs: automate, generate, lead. Now it's your turn. Pilot with us. Let's co-create agents with your data. Let us elaborate this bold vision that we have together. Because the earlier you start, the sharper your advantage. Thank you.